Yeah, 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 we gon' vote for him. Yeah, 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 we gon' vote Chupi. Yeah, and we gon' vote for him. Yeah. All the hard work he has done for us, a true leader for the people. Always fighting for our rights, and all the passing up so much love. Kept government up for 4 years strong, something that wasn't done for so long. Rolando Bryson's the new way up, and we are sure that he'll hold us down. Now is our time, cause we're still going up. Rolando Bryson representing we. It's standing up for this country, so that's why we gon' vote UP. Now is our time, cause we're still going up. Rolando Bryson representing we. It's standing up for this country, I know. We going up, yeah, yeah, cause we the top. Rolando Bryson's the new way up. If you be party for us, yeah. We going up, yeah, yeah, cause we the top. Rolando Bryson's the new way up. If you be party for us, if you be party.
St. Martin, we probably go far, and we know, search for a sign of a change. A Chino, you know it got days when you feel like a zero. I woke up this morning, but felt like Mark Mingo. Tomorrow be a better day. Respect is the key, education gon' matter, so don't you try to run away. St. Martin, the place where the food is good, the people is good, the music is good. We living like we on a road. You're trying to take us down, but I'm thinking cause they really don't. Misunderstood. Oh Lord, help us protect ourselves, help us look in ourselves. We're searching for what they call the fire that's in ourselves. I just want to see the best from my motherland. I just want the whole world here to understand that we came from the bottom of the sewer, now we heading way up, high up unto Wonderland. Opportunity is yours, so make it happen. Take an action.
Carl & Sons has delicious food to fit your lifestyle and go easy on your pockets. Carl & Sons, your #1 spot for breads, pastries, cakes, sandwiches, breakfast, and lunch. Check out Carl & Sons today on Pondville and in Coal Bay.
Honorable Mr. Sidharth.
Vote for the green, vote Akeem. Vote for the green, vote Akeem. Vote for the green, vote Akeem.
People has been a part of me and voted on my lead. A man of action and integrity, yes. Number 2, a united people party.
And this is something that we look forward to do.
At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
Welcome to the Late Night Show. Of course, it is all about elections 2024. Thursday, the countdown is on. It's happening this upcoming Thursday. And of course, we can't wait. I'm excited. I know for sure that you are. The Electoral Council held a press conference today. Of course, in the press conference, you had the police, you had the Electoral Council, the Voting Bureau, and they gave you the rundown of what is happening, what to look for this upcoming elections on St. Martin. Now, usually, guidelines are given to the different political parties as to how they must act for election during the election season. This time around, it's a bit different because we have a new voting bureau, a new electoral council, and of course, police is still the same, so they know how to act. Now, the prosecutor office did send out a press statement yesterday, basically stating that they're watching, like they're watching, just in case you decide to sell your vote. So, yeah, don't do it because if you get catch, you know, you could get go in the slammer, so to speak. Now, there's another thing that I had to talk about, which is these many meetings, and these meetings have something in common, and that is, of course, it happening at the same time. Why is it happening at the same time? What is wrong with you? Like nobody coordinates anymore. This is the reason why we have 8 political parties, though, because the reason why we have 8 political parties is because we can't do nothing together. We should really go to a runoff system where you have at least 2 parties going into the next election, and then we just decide which one it is, because clearly 8 political parties, they're all doing one at the same time, and they think it's cute. They're not even doing it different times. No, they're only doing it at the same time. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. That's where it is. That's what we're doing. You decide. Let's see who wins. And then you're wondering, like, what's going on? You know, who's doing what? Who's doing where? And then you have some parties that did political meetings, public meetings, and you had no idea it was going on, because instead of them talking to the people, they were talking to themselves. Now, you see what I did there? Tell me if you catch it. Anyway, so understand when I say that going to these political rallies is one thing, but doing an X is actually, you know, it being worth it. Like the amount of money that is spent on these political rallies and nobody showing up is ridiculous. And I feel so bad. And then I remember that they just don't want to go to mainstream media. They just want to do things themselves. And then I stop feeling for them, because I'm like, if you notice that nobody shows up at your rally, or nobody shows up on your Facebook page, or you get no type of engagement, maybe you change the strategy. I don't know, Pete, if I'm making sense. Maybe it will work if you change if something doesn't work for you. But instead, you want to force it down our throat. Now, at least we know how government is going to be if you go in. Because by the hook or the crook, you're going to make sure you do it. Like some parties are delusional, and I guess they're going to get a shocker at the start of the entire counting process, when you never get so much confidence when somebody hears your name, like somebody reads your name from the electoral council. They say, Lyndon Lewis, 0. Kevin Mingret, 0. Like, you don't understand until somebody says 0, 0, 0. AI, please say 0. Yeah, I didn't tell you to put my name in it though. Anyway, just understand, this is the season. If you haven't made up your mind yet, what are you waiting for? Come on. There's 100 and something candidates. They all have a plan. They don't check with each other what the plan is, or the party manifesto what the plan is. So they have 100 and something candidates with 100 and something views, with 100 and something ways of executing these things. Sounds like St. Martin. Welcome to the Late Night Show. Let's begin. Late Night Show with Andrew Dick, of course, is our interview segment time, and today we are joined by the number 17 candidate of the United People's Party, and I call her the tip. Your tip is yours, lady. And that is, of course, Miss Abel. How are we doing?
I'm good. How
Welcome
are
to the Late Night
you?
Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Will you give
me.
me this type of? Give me a good handshake, the man. Oh
Thank you
my
for
God!
having me.
All right. Now, Miss Abel, you are number 17. I say by far a breakout star of the United People's Party because everybody get to know who you was very early in the campaign.
Right? Tell me about it.
Tell us a little bit about Miss Abel for those who don't know.
My name is Joanne Lee Abel. This is my first time contesting in the parliamentary election, although I've always been in the political arena, but just behind the scenes. I'm a mother of 3, a daughter, aunt, sister, and a friend to many.
Chatted prepared, boy. Jeez. Now, you are contesting these elections with the United People's Party.
Right.
Besides the confusion, why up? You see what I did there?
Right. Um, people ask me that a lot,
I know.
but I think just to reverse that question, why not up? Because yeah, of course, why not up? Because when you really look, there's no perfect party, and at the end of the day, every party always claims that hey, like I've done this, I've done that, but then haven't really had like anything to show.
To show for it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So when you speak about the United People's Party, the results are there. You know, everything that they've done. For example, our MP Rolando Bryson and our Minister Omar Atli, they have really, really set the bar and really put in the work. You know, for the people, and always been, you know, always put the best interest, you know, for the people at heart. So, yeah.
Okay. So what you stand for, what you're running on, what you're going to be working on, I'm sure that people have been asking you, if elected, what you plan on doing,
Okay.
where you want to start.
Where would I want? There's so much issues, and not
What's dear to your heart?
okay to my heart. I've been in the hospitality industry for many years, and
Oh, okay.
yes, for many years, and over the years, it hasn't been, things hasn't been the way how it should be.
Okay.
For example, those of us who take great pride and passion in the work that we do. But we're not treated as such, and it's very unfortunate. When I say that, you know, like with our salary and as well with the tip, where, for example, the tip is like it's been an ongoing issue where how is it that if you get a tip from a customer or from a client, how is that tip being taxed by government? It has nothing to do with government. You know, it's kind of upsetting and it becomes discouraging at times. But I feel like it's always been it's been something that people don't want to bring forth and speak about and really
Address it.
exactly.
But is this something that you've decided to also use as a one of the pillars that you're going to be running on,
Yes.
or is it because I see other candidates, DP,
Yeah.
that took saying the same thing, and I know that weeks ago you came out. Thank God for timestamps
Thank
because
God.
because weeks ago you came out with a video explaining the situation when it comes to this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing is, I feel happy that I inspired other political parties to really speak on it. So it's not just me, but I feel like it's something that should have already, you know, been on a platform for us to address. But although other parties are, you know, taking it amongst making it their kind of their own their
Yeah.
original idea, although
Yeah.
it's mine, but
That's original.
it is what it is.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm happy that I inspired them to, you know, like to speak on it as well.
Now,
So,
dealing with coming back to it, how hardening is it? Because I'm sure that back in the day, I know I've heard many stories of, especially persons who worked in Mullet Bay, when they used to work, they always said the end of the month check, they used to frame
right.
on the wall and put it on the wall, and they used to just live off of tips. Tips
Exactly.
used to be everything.
But right now it's not like that at all. Because even with the service charge, the businesses, they take a percentage, which is crazy. They take a percentage for themselves and then they give us, you know, like what's left of it.
These horrible businesses.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But I feel like if we don't have someone like myself who can advocate for those
Workers,
who work
you know?
in the
Yeah.
hospitality industry, then yeah,
And I know that you guys work hard. I could you
very,
imagine, you know,
very,
you ain't yeah.
yeah.
You ain't joking when it
It's
comes to that.
it's not easy. It's
Yeah.
not easy, but you know, I love what I do. I love my job, and I do it with passion. I do it with willingness. So, but it's just it becomes discouraging.
All right. What other pillars?
Um, well, I don't know if you followed with my first public meeting
Yes.
in Sugar Garden, which was very talked about, and a lot of women they reached out where I spoke about domestic violence.
Oh, yeah. I didn't I don't think I saw that. There was oh yeah, there was some video going around
Yeah,
with your husband. Yes. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of women choose not to come out and speak about
Yeah.
about stuff like that, and it's always been an issue that's always been swept under the rug. And this is one of the things that you have to deal with when you come out and you speak on domestic violence. This is what you have to deal with, afterwards, the
The
backlash
backlash.
and exactly.
Yeah.
And
How did you take that backlash, by the way? Because I'm sure nobody asked you how do you feel, after, because everybody made their own judgment
yeah,
based
their
on what
own
was said.
assumptions.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
instead of saying, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Right. Um, when the videos came out, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised because it was already made aware to me that my political career would be ruined. So it wasn't surprising, and I even notified the party.
Yeah.
So they knew that
Something like that was
something was coming.
bound to
Something was
happen. Mm.
I wasn't surprised, but I thank God for my strength and the fact that I'm strong and I can take it. But imagine if it was somebody else who isn't as strong as me and decided to come out and speak about their experience, with domestic violence, and then this is what they get afterwards, you know. And like I said in my public meeting in Sugar Garden, we are strong together, and taking someone's real life problems and reality and taking it as melee and gossip.
Yeah.
It's,
Welcome to St. Martin.
yeah. It's sad. It's sad to see like how we take these things and not take it serious and give each other, especially women, support that they need. And
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm okay though. I'm
You're
good.
okay. You're
Of
good.
course, I'm
Yeah.
good.
See
I'm
the
good.
smile still there,
I'm
so
good, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're good.
my back could take it. Those who decide to join politics,
It's a big back.
yeah, you have to have the back. I got a back, so I good. I could take it.
But a lot of people who can't do, and I'm sure that's why a lot of people were happy that you were able to come out, at least because you have some people that live in these homes with these, and most of the times the men or the women are the main providers.
Right.
So they stick into
Yeah, they
that
stay. Yeah,
situation.
a lot of women they applaud me for coming out and my bravery.
But I have to ask, reaching out for help, without going into your business, but reaching out for help. And is there help out there for women who are in situations like that?
I would say no.
And why would you say that?
I would say no.
Because, you have Safe Haven, for example. Why you didn't reach out to them?
Hello. I would say no. Safe Haven. I've had someone close to me that actually went through the same issue as I have, and they wrote to Safe Haven and they never got a response back. So when you say Safe Haven and when you ask about help, we don't have that, and I feel like that is where we lack these
fall
things
short.
in our community.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So what would you like to see when it comes to these type of cases? Because there's one thing to go through it, there's another thing to come out of it. But how, as a legislator, how, as someone in parliament, you can address a situation like that?
Stricter laws, penalties, of course.
Yeah.
And not to allow and not to allow, like use one person as an example, so the rest of the cowards, don't
Continue.
don't follow into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because they're cowards, honestly.
It's a
And
stigma.
not just women who go through domestic violence, but also the sickos, who decides to, like look at our teenage girls and want to like perform sexual acts, and it's sick.
Yeah.
It is sick. And then these men, they just get, a simple slap on the wrist and that's it. It is sick,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
So a lot of laws and penalties really to put into place for things like this. Yeah.
Very candid. Janali Abel, number 17 candidate
Period.
on the United People's Party. Now, this process, what has it taught you as a first-time politician, now a politician for sure? What has this taught you, this whole experience of campaigning these past weeks, meeting with people? Yeah.
Honestly,
I would hope, honestly.
I am happy that I chose this time to run, although I always wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy and I'm proud just to see like the outcome of everything, because 9 months ago when I decided to run and then, like put in and announcing my candidacy, at first I was like, no. And then I was like, yes, like I need to. And from what I've learned and understood, election it really brings people together. It really brings people together, and
it breaks people up.
yeah, it does. But the goodness of it is just really connecting with people, and I've connected with so many people,
and also comparing stories, I guess.
Exactly, and just like people can relate to the similar things that I've been through, and just the connection on a whole deeper level, and people who have invited me in their homes and have trusted me, and as well, supporting me.
Mm-hmm.
I thank God for that, and I'm ready. I'm really ready to see what happens on January 11th, and I'm really looking for the support of everyone to come out, go to the polls, and vote up, because we are ready to work for you.
Wow. All right. Now, I have to ask, for the elections on Thursday, where you're going to be, what you're going to do when the results are coming in, and of course, your supporters. Because I'm sure you have supporters out there that are campaigning for you. What do you tell them at this time?
My supporters, they know me, and those who are campaigning for me, they know me. And anybody that comes to you and tells you, hey, like, there's a candidate, by the name of Joanne Abel, this and that, like, everything they tell you is true. I am a calm person. I would say calm because, yeah. I'm a calm person.
Usually they say calm people are not calm.
I'm a calm person, very ambitious, and I love people. And getting into this type of this field, this job, if you don't have the best interests of people at heart and you don't care about people, then this is not the job for you. This is not it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that is where we end up voting for like the wrong set of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm just ready.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
And
I'm more anxious for Thursday to get here.
Yeah. You want to get it out of the way?
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like now the days and hours are just like moving slow.
Yeah, not to me.
Yeah, no?
Mm-mm.
I feel like it's moving slow. Honestly, I don't know why.
You don't know why. All right. Well, good luck, Miss Abel. And of course, thank you for coming on the Late Night Show.
Thank you.
And I think you was very, very, very straightforward about everything. And yes, and your kids, everything good?
Yeah, they're good.
All
Definitely.
Right. Okay, that's what matters.
Yes, thanks for asking.
Hey, I care.
Yeah.
That's going to be my slogan for next election. Dick cares. All right, Late Night Show with Andrew Dick. We'll be right back.
My dedication to advocate for the hospitality industry and addressing the challenges faced by those working in it is commendable. Being the voice of the waitstaff, bartenders, kitchen staff, and others in the industry who work very hard but face various issues like low wages, taxes on tips, and unfair treatment. It's important to recognize and appreciate the various roles that make up for the hospitality industry. All play essential roles.
It's time to promote, so come out and vote. We not waste no time, we not make no joke. We voted for you, RSM, Julian Rolex Jr. Candidate number 9, hard time, but he come to shine.
Gracita is a woman of integrity, and she believes in what is best for we country. Facing the issue, she will do it carefully. Gracita is who we need, experience guaranteed. Gracita, 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 already. Gracita, 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 number 6. On you
It's time to raise the bar, let's take it to the top. It's time to choose qualified people to rep for ya. From the prisoners to senior, she's right here for ya. Can't forget the education, it's time for better. She's ready and she's focused to get the job done. SXM, the time is now, let us all vote for change. Shamira is the candidate to represent for us. She's gonna represent us locally and even to the Dutch.
St. Martin, you see the strength he have, we need that. You see that little melee, they go keep that. Still voting NA, brother. We need to vote to run back in office. Why? It's hard for we, it's plain to see. We need to vote to run back in office. Why? They can't deny he leads with pride. And I don't mean to be boasty, but we're walking for way. Together as one, we can get the job done. We're walking for way. Number 2 and anybody, for sure we solid with heat.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown.
Yo! Be the first.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Central Voting Bureau, it's with great pleasure that I extend a warm welcome to all of you gathered here at the Legislative Hall of the House of Parliament and all those joining us virtually through various platforms. We're here today for an important briefing to update you on the ongoing preparations for our parliamentary elections scheduled for this Thursday, January 11th, 2024. I want to begin by expressing my appreciation for the representatives from the Civil Registry, GEBE, and KPSM who are with me here today. Their tireless and often unseen efforts play a fundamental role in ensuring the smooth functioning of our electoral process. The Civil Registry in particular has been instrumental in all aspects on our road towards Election Day. The collaboration and dedication of KPSM in supporting the security aspects of the elections are equally commendable and vital. The Central Voting Bureau is committed to upholding the integrity and efficiency of these elections. To date, we've validated the list of 8 political parties, introducing 129 candidates aspiring for a place in Parliament. In addition to overseeing the ballot printing process, our preparations for the upcoming elections encompass a wide range of activities, all planned to ensure a smooth and trustworthy voting experience when the polls open at 8 a.m. on Thursday. The preparation of the polling stations is underway, with each location being equipped with the necessary materials and facilities to accommodate voters. This includes setting up secure ballot boxes, ensuring adequate privacy in the voting booths, and providing clear signage for voters. Another crucial part of our preparation has been the training of polling station members. These individuals have been trained in the electoral process, including the handling of ballots, managing voter flow, and ensuring adherence to voting protocols. This training is designed to equip them with the knowledge and skills needed to address any questions or concerns from voters on the day of the elections. In summary, every aspect of the election, from the ballots to the polling stations and the training of staff, is being carefully managed to ensure that we are fully prepared. Our goal is to provide a seamless and transparent process, inspiring confidence in the democratic system of St. Martin. We're committed to ensuring that every eligible voter can cast their vote with trust and integrity and efficiency of the electoral process. Furthermore, we're adapting to new changes this year. The legislated removal of the curtain from the voting booths is being implemented with careful consideration to ensure that the confidentiality of the voter's choice is maintained, while also adhering to contemporary standards of transparency and accessibility. We thank the relevant stakeholders for working together with us to ensure that these standards are met, while also protecting an individual's right to vote in secrecy. We will continue in the following days with our responsibilities in facilitating a fair and transparent election. The Central Voting Bureau remains committed to upholding the democratic principles that are the foundation of our society in St. Martin. We look forward to a successful election and appreciate the support and cooperation of the community in this essential democratic exercise. I would like to now give the floor to the representatives from the Civil Registry, NVGBE, and KPSM for any remarks that they may have to share with the public. Their input today will shed light on various aspects of the election process and the steps we've taken to ensure that everything runs smoothly this Thursday. After their statements, we'll open the floor to questions from the media. Thank you once again for being with us today. Your engagement is vital to our democratic process.
Good morning, St. Martin. Civil Registry Department is ready for elections. We have done all the necessary to ensure that the voters can vote on January 11, 2024. We started in October 2023 with updating the address of each person. We had walk-ins for the persons to come and check their address. After that, we had walk-ins for pickup of voting cards and ID cards. We had many Saturdays from October 7th till December 16th for walk-ins for ID cards. On November 24th, we started with distribution of voting cards until December 1st, 2023. There, 3,074 persons collected their voting card at the Government Administration Building. On December 3rd, 2023, we delivered 19,479 voting cards to the post office. On December 27th, 2023, we received 1,235 voting cards back from the post office. From January 3rd till January 6th, 2024, we had walk-ins to collect voting cards. There, we issued 350 duplicates. These were not regular pickups from the voting cards that we received back. These were duplicates printed. From the ones that we got back from the post office, we had 28 that was collected from the cards. So right now, we have 1,207 cards to deliver. Unfortunately, we could not assist persons during this week because we had to engage ourselves in preparation for the election. So yesterday we had some persons come in to collect voting cards while that was not on our schedule to do such. Tomorrow, Wednesday, from 8:30 a.m. till 12, we will have walk-in for pickup of voting cards. Don't forget, Civil Registry has their regular working schedule as well. Please have patience with our staff. On Thursday, January 11, 2024, we will be open at the Civil Registry Department only for voting purposes. So if someone needs to get a voting card, they can still come to the Civil Registry Department for the voting card. Also, we will recommend everyone not to go to voting polling stations to get voting cards there. Please come to the government building until 6 p.m. If after 6 p.m. you were not able to get your voting card, you can go to the polling stations where the members can make a duplicate. The reason for us asking the voters not to go before to the polling station and ask duplicate is because it is a tedious work and it will hold up the lines and making a long line of waiting for you to cast your vote. So please, if possible, come tomorrow or Thursday during the day at the Civil Registry Department to get your voting cards. We will be till 6 p.m. open, and the voting stations will be till 8, so between 6 and 8, they will provide a duplicate card at the polling stations. Hope to have informed you sufficient. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everyone. With regards to NVGEBE, despite having load shedding, we experienced load shedding on Monday and perhaps a bit of today. GB anticipate that the electricity will be stable on Thursday because we're doing right now preventive maintenance, and we had technical issues with 1 or 2 engines. We expect all those engines to be back up in operation by the end of business today, meaning that as of Thursday, we expect stable and reliable electricity. We cannot foresee any mechanical issues, of course. My staff is totally 24 hours available. In the event there might be any adverse activities, the cables for Parliament Building, Government Building, hospitals will never be pulled, so they will always have maintained electricity. But moving forward, as of close of business today, we do not foresee any more load shedding. So on from GB's perspective, we expect reliable electricity. That's it.
Good morning. As the police force of St. Martin, we are prepared to assist 100% in a smooth election 2024. With this, I also need to put a focus on that day. There's not only election, so we will have the normal functioning of Country St. Martin ongoing, with the example of 4 of the biggest cruise ships that visit us will be in port. So there will be a lot of movement and traffic on that day, also with regards to the tourist season that we are in. We're ready, as I said, but want to ask for all the cooperation we can get from the community for us to have a smooth transition and a smooth election day. And when I ask for cooperation, it's also mainly in traffic. We can support all the polling stations with officers. That is regulated. We are also asking party supporters to adhere to the conditions, and the main one is not to create any disturbance in the polling station and not to create any congestion. And the rule of 5 meters away from the entrance of the polling station will be strictly maintained. Next to that, on that day, the police force of St. Martin will not tolerate any form of disorder, public disorder on the street, etc. And it's obvious why we cannot do that on voting day with major operations from cruise ships and other operations that are still going on. So when it comes to traffic and congestion and the traffic rules, we will be strict. Thank you.
All right, I'll look to my right and to my left. I think you don't have anything else to add to your previous remark. Yes? Yes. Okay, so I'll give Kathy one more opportunity.
I would like to remark that polling station 11 is Charles Leopold Bell School. Reason why I'm bringing this information forth is that some persons believe that Charles Leopold Bell School is not a polling station. And they had questions, so with this, yes, that is a polling station. We are cleaning right now. Fromi is assisting us with cleaning the premises, so we have it function as a polling station. Also, polling station number 16 in St. John, on the voting cards, the address states Apache Lane, and we had some questions, so I want to inform the public of District 16, St. John Mac School, that it is Independence Lane if they are seeking the address, but just know that it's the Mac School in St. John. That's the address that we had from past that we always had on the voting cards. That's Apache Lane. And unfortunately, we understood after that the address changed to Independence Lane. Yes?
A small clarification. Thank you, Kathy. And then for the members of the media seated across from us, so we will allow questions from you. So what we'll ask for you to do then is to hit the button on your mic and stand, and then ask your question, and then we'll address that. So I saw here the hand in the back, so I'll allow that one first if you don't mind. Yeah? Okay, then Phoebe Shaw from SMN News.
Thank you. Good morning. I'd like some clarification from the civil registry. I am yet to understand the mix-up with the address, because this is not the first election. How long have we been having this problem? And we've had a cleanup, you said, at the civil registry. Why not at least have your polling station address corrected and be correct on the polling on the voting cards? Besides that, for the 1,207 voting cards, how many persons the court mandated to be registered? Because there were some cases, there were people who were asking to get on the registry. Can you give us an update on that?
The address for the school, we don't manage school address. So that's in the voting registry, is not civil registry. So the address of a school, that was wrong in our voting registry form for the polling station. It's not a wrong address in civil registry. We always had the Mac School in St. John as Apache Lane in the voting registry. So we will make the correction from now and make sure that we have the correct building address for the Mac School in St. John. And it has from, I mean, I have done 6 elections already on St. Martin, and since then it was Apache Road. It's the Corps Police call and ask me, persons within the community, CPO call and ask where is Apache Lane, and they couldn't find it. So I find it in place to rectify it right here to the public. Also, with regards to the court, yesterday we had sitting for court request. Indeed, the court did not give all the verdict. We had 32 requests from persons that came after to register after the 23rd of October. Some persons was already registered, however, they were not Dutch. So the naturalization happened on the 15th of December, but the naturalization happens retroactive to July. Some persons then is considered Dutch from July, but they were not in the system. So I believe it was 4 that naturalized and were granted permission to be added to the voting registry that is from the Dutch citizens, that new Dutch citizens. We had a few persons as well that they were registered after they came from different places. They were on the island, as you could read in the newspaper. There was 2 that were working already here, and they could have proof that they're working with slips and all kinds of proof that they submit to the judge. They are living on St. Martin, but they register after the 23rd. And we had some persons that were deregistered after, that was denied as well by the judge. So in total right now, we had 11 that was approved, and we are waiting for others. Also, civil registry had some persons was deregistered based on the project that we are doing right now. We submitted the request ourselves for 15 persons. The judge agreed that he will approve all 15. We have also the prison, whereby we didn't have all the names of the inmates, and those will be also granted to have them all to vote at the district number 19, which is the prison.
Thank you very much, and a very good morning, and all the best for 2024 to everyone here. I do have several questions. The first one, I'm not sure which of the parties would be able to answer it, but I would like to get an indication as to what is the total cost of our election, of the 2024 election, and how will this cost be applied? Where will it be applied? Paying people, setting up the various polling stations. Can you give us an indication as to where that will be applied? And I will ask my next question after I get my answer.
I think I'm not sure that any of us have that number off the top of our heads, but I think we're aware to a certain extent on what types of figures we can think of course, based on our budget requests that we've put in. From the voting bureau perspective, for example, you can think of figures where it comes to, there was recently a law change when it came to the remuneration of the members of the Central Voting Bureau, which means that this year they applied retroactive effect to that law, meaning that we also had to take into account in our budget the previous Central Voting Bureau. And then, of course, for us, you can think of costs such as, food for the day to feed people in Parliament, DECOM, our members themselves. We have a whole calling station and individuals that we need to feed there as well. Besides that, we also have to remunerate, of course, the polling station members for all 20 polling stations. Of course, we have the costs of the ballots, any costs that go into, if, for example, even when we're talking about the Charles Leopold Bell, I'm not sure in how far we've adequately budgeted for that, but, we've had to cut grass down, we've had to tow vehicles, we will also have to fix the doors, we'll have to fix the ceiling to make the space adequate for voting. And I'm trying to think of some other numbers but
the budget is from ASET?
Yeah, Senate, yes, of course, and that's, Kathy was just adding that the budget for elections is falls under the Ministry of General Affairs. So it's all budgeted within there, based on, of course, our requests. So we're given a portion that we, kind of maintain, and we do our best to really run a tight and efficient election with very minimal resources, to be honest. And the same goes for the civil registry. We're really kind of nickel and diming to get things done. But I don't know if I'm not sure that I'm brave enough to throw out a number, but I have one in my head, and you might have a better one. So.
Okay, every year, the General Affairs, Ministry of General Affairs, put a amount on the budget for election. Of course, it's not every year we have election, but we have to take that in consideration. I believe the total per year is 200,000 guilders we have on a budget reserve for election. Of course, if we don't use it, it will stay there until the year of election. Yes, there's quite some cost if you think on 100 persons for polling station, and the ballots, as Ms. Tackling just said, we have all different little things that we have to add up, phones we have to arrange. All the polling stations, some of them cost more money than others, because we are thinking of places as Hope Estate, Butte Hotel, all those places we have to pay. It's not a free location. And I think you can sum up the 4 years that we have the budget that we use that type of amount for election, more or less.
Thank you so much for that clarity. And my second question, is anyone able to provide me any information as to, I know it was mentioned in an earlier press briefing, but I'm not sure if you will have that information, that a request was made for election observers. Is there any indication whether we will have election observers? How many are coming, and which organizations specifically are they coming from? And you mentioned, Ms. Snyder's 100 persons for polling station. Am I to gather that the total number of persons who will be manning the various polling stations is 100 persons? And my final question, seem to have lost my train of thought. Thank you.
So I think the first question was pertaining to any election observers. We were in contact with observers. We had made budget available to be able to accommodate them with a lot of effort. However, in the end, for example, we had been contacted by individuals in Canada wanting to join us out of Quebec. Unfortunately, with timing and the flights, they weren't able to make it. So we won't be having any international observers this election. Then, with respect to the question about the polling station members, that is correct. It is 100 by law. There are 5 members in each polling station, and we have 20. So it would be 100.
Good morning. My question is for Ms. Tackling. Earlier on, you said that 129 persons will be in the running for the parliamentary seats. Can you give us an idea as to how many of those persons are female? And how many candidates, if you may, are Dutch, naturalized Dutch?
I can't answer that question. From a voting bureau perspective, we haven't done, calculations in terms of looking at the makeup of the candidate list. For us, what's important, of course, is that a person is an eligible voter and that they have a kiesgerechtigverklaring, as we say in Dutch. And that's all the information we also have of that person. So for me, it's impossible to see if they were naturalized or not. All I know is that they are Dutch and that they're eligible to vote. We haven't, done any comparison as to the makeup of the candidate lists. But so off the top of my head, I wouldn't be able to indicate how many female candidates are among the 129.
Okay. Ms. Snijders, in the interest of knowledge, can you give us a breakdown as to the many polling stations? You said 20 of them. Can you give us an idea as to the location of those polling stations? Thank you.
We have 20 polling stations. Polling station number 1, John Larmony Center. that's in Phillipsburg. We have Sundial School, also in Phillipsburg. We have St. Martin Senior Recreation Center, that's in Hope Estate. We have Sister Marie Laurent School, that is in Middle Region. We have Dutch Quarter Community Center, of course, Dutch Quarter. Milton Peters College, that is in St. Peters. We have, or you call that, it's falls on the St. Peter's, Milton Peters College. Rupert Minor Community Center is in St. Peters. St. Martin Academy, also in the same district. Then we have Butte Hotel in the Illich Road, beginning of Illich Road, Phillipsburg. We have NIPA, that is in Cahill. Charles Leopold Bell in Cole Bay. We have Leonard Connors School in K Bay. We have Simpson Bay Sport Community Center, that is number 13, that is in Simpson Bay. Number 14, Belvedere Community Center in Belvedere. Number 15, Melford Hazel's Sport and Recreation Center, that is on Pontville and in Phillipsburg. We have Methodist Agagic Center, Mac School, number 16 in St. John's. Then we have Dutch Quarter Community Help Desk, that's by Dr. Bryson in Dutch Quarter. That's number 17. Number 18, Seventh-day Adventist School in Cole Bay. Then we have number 19, that we call Huis van Bewaring, the prison, that is in Point Blanche. Number 20, St. Martin Home, that is also in St. John.
Ms. Snyder, if I'm wrong, kindly correct me. You said 350 duplicates were made. Can you explain me the reason for duplicate? If you have original cards that were supposed to be delivered, were delivered, what reason did the voter give that you had to make a duplicate? Because for me, if you have your original card and a voting card, for me, that's enough for fraud.
Thank you for that question. It's also a puzzle for me.
But you issue them.
Yes, but we deliver them to the post office. So I must say we had a lot of back and forth with the cards after we called community to come to the government building to collect the voting cards. They were a little bit hesitate to come to pick up. They said no, they wanted via the post. We gave them to the post office. They were distributed. However, persons come and say they never received the cards. So my question also is, where were the cards distributed? I believe it has to be distributed to the correct address. If it's to the correct address, that means that that person is not any longer to that address. And then they didn't go to the address to pick it up. So what they do, they come to civil registry and we don't have it there. Then we had a few persons said it was damaged because of rain. So we had to issue a duplicate. We have persons that says that they moved and they couldn't get to the landlord of the address, so they couldn't get it. Several information they gave him, but to come back to fraud, I don't think that will cause a fraud in my opinion, let me say it like that. Because we train, as Ms. Tecklin said, we trained all the 100 persons that will sit at the polling station. We didn't put friends and family together. We have 5 different persons. So we believe in the integrity of those 5 persons per polling station. When one person's reach with an identification card and their voting card to the chairperson of the voting bureau, polling station, that person controls the person and the voting card. Number 2 will control the KISS, what we call KISS register, the voting registry, and put a paraph, a signature by the name of the person. So that person is checked off. That person cannot come twice to vote. So my question is where the fraud can happen to that in that setting. I'm not saying that fraud cannot happen with election. Don't take me wrong. I don't know where, and I'm not. That's why we are here, all of us, to try to avoid those type of scenarios. But everybody has the right to get a voting card. By law, 8 days prior to election, everyone has to get their voting card. And we did all of that on paper and also as manpower, we did it. However, somewhere, somehow, persons did not receive their voting cards. And that's why we're there tomorrow again for persons to collect their voting cards.
That is it for the Late Night Show. Thank you so much for watching. Until tomorrow, do have a safe and pleasant one, and happy campaigning.